Hello there, PJ here. Many of us are feeling the pinch when we hit the grocery store circuit. We strike out at the first, second, and third grocery stores until we score that home run when we manage to steal some double-ply toilet paper out from under contenders. Okay, enough with the double meanings. Like many of you, I miss baseball. So today, I'd like to take you back to the early days of baseball in Huntington. It is difficult to pinpoint the exact date that an organized baseball game was first played in Huntington. Baseball became popular after the Civil War, and the Huntington teams were playing games on the various patches of level land owned by local residents. Ball games were often combined with community events. The Huntington Suffolk team sponsored a clam bake at Boughton's Point at the narrow entrance to Huntington Harbor. The Suffolks played a ball game against the Babylon Columbias. Stages and boats were provided to take fans to the event from the village. There was also dancing, outdoor games, food, and drink. Around 1906, many games moved over to the Fairgrounds racetrack, where there was grandstand seating and concessions. It was an easy walk from the trolley for the fans. Still, the infield of the 1-mile track was not designed for baseball. It wasn't unusual or illegal to hire semi-pros or to borrow players from other teams. In one 1907 game, a Hoboken pitcher pitched for Northport, and Sam Hope, a member of the Philadelphia Athletics, pitched for Islip. This postcard was taken at the Fairgrounds, with the grandstand evident to the right. D.M. Dusenberry, standing third from left, was an architect. Harry Willits, the tall man in the back, was the organizer and promoter of the winter carnivals, a subject that I will talk about in the future. James Thompson, standing in the middle with a suit, worked for the town of Huntington as the superintendent of the Department of Public Works. Wilson Gildersleeve, seated second from the right, also worked for the town of Huntington on the Board of Inspectors. Huntington had its own pro player. In this postcard, standing third from the right, is John Henry Thomas Lieber, otherwise known as Jack Lieber. He played pro ball with the Columbus Solons of the American League, a team that only lasted for 3 seasons. John Lieber had considerable property behind where the Walt Whitman Mall was eventually built. He was also the Justice of the Peace for the town of Huntington for many years. Midway through the 1910s, along came a resident, Dr. E.T.T. Marsh, a surgeon, who made it his mission to revive and reorganize baseball in Huntington, whose teams were often outmatched by semi-professional teams cropping up all over Long Island. Marsh was considered the father of Huntington baseball for his contributions and efforts. Dr. Marsh created a baseball association in Huntington and began to raise money to put together a fine team. He helped procure a large level lot on the Heckscher property behind the old First Church for a ball field. Money was raised to build fences and a grandstand because the public of his day was no longer content with baseball played in pastures without seating and bathroom facilities. The lot was officially called Heckscher Field, but it was often called Marsh Field after Dr. Marsh. In this photo, Dr. Marsh can be seen in the suit. This rare photograph shows the Huntington and Amityville ball clubs on Labor Day 1914 at Marsh Field. Of course, today, the Heckscher ball field is still there and the property expanded into what is today Heckscher Park. During this episode, I made 2 references to the Fairgrounds racetrack. Do you know where it was located? See you next time. Bye-bye.